Hey guys, Randy Ross here. I'm going to show you in this tutorial how I took my logo and made it transparent. This is what it started out as. One of my friends made this awesome logo, but it has a background that is not transparent, it's a solid color. And of course I'm going to change the proportions and canvas size on the image so I can use it as a favicon like such. Facebook, their logo doesn't matter because it's a solid square. Twitter's, you can see it actually has a transparent square around it you can't see, and this is the end product right here. So I'm going to jump into it, and we're just going to go to Pixlr.com. I'm going to use the Pixlr editor on the left here. It's just a more robust, a lot more options kind of editor. The one on the far right, I haven't used the mobile app yet, but the other one, the quick editor or whatnot, is pretty good for making backgrounds and memes and stuff like that. But on this one, we're going to open an image. This one, I of course already did this a couple times, so try to bear with me on this. We're going to use this wand tool to kind of make a selection around it, and in this you can see the canvas size doesn't allow any gaps here, so it's having a hard time selecting it. So I'm actually going to increase the canvas width just a little bit, and it kind of gets rid of the, of course I didn't. Okay, this brings me to another point real quick. I forgot to anchor in the middle here, so it just did it on the far left, I think was the anchor, and it just put the width over here. So you can't actually control Z. This isn't like a regular paint program, but I'm gonna have to do this again. I can't believe I did that on a video. So anchor in the middle, make sure it's in the middle or you're gonna get funny stuff like that going on. Make it about at 350 now. And that just gave me just enough gaps where I can make up for my blunder there. And then we're going to go up to edit, and then you want to invert your selection. Now, I've read in other video comments and such that people are asking about like the tolerance. By default, it's 21, which is good for a solid colored background. If you have an image with like lots of different colors or little busy stuff going on in the background, you're going to want to increase or decrease the tolerance based on your image, and just play around with it and see how it does. I might make a video on that in the future because I see a lot of people want to like take a picture of them with a very busy background and just cut them out of it, and that's where you really have to mess around with the tolerance. So back to this, we're on the wand tool, and now we have our little icon selected. You're going to want to go to edit, copy, or control C, and you're going to want to open a new image. In here you can change the width and the height that it'll initially open on as, but I'll show you that in a minute. You just want to make sure create image from clipboard, of course, because you just control copied it there, and you're going to want to make sure it's transparent, kind of obvious, and there you go. Now it took the canvas proportions from the first file when I opened it before I changed the width on it, so it kind of brought it back to the fat sides, or close to the sides actually. It's not a problem for me, that's fine. We're going to change everything on that anyways. Now what you want to do, what I wanted to do was, the whole purpose of this was using it for our favicon to get the transparency. So now we have the transparency, but we have a really huge image. So all you have to do is change the canvas size again. Just make sure your anchor is in the middle so it doesn't mess up like you saw. And most browsers and such, they want your favicon to be, I believe, a 60 by 60. I noticed that some of the themes, if you're using like a WordPress website, actually try to stretch your image. I don't know how all their resizing works, But I noticed some 60 by 60s, actually they want your canvas width to be a bit different. So I think I found 85 was the best width. And the 60, wow. Let's try that again. That was my bad. We want to change the image size first. It's like a long, awkward pause in the middle of what the heck did I just screw up on again. I don't like editing videos and such because people mess up and then you have to pause the video anyways and kind of go, hey, what the heck did I do? And you have to go back and look. It's kind of really fake. People mess up all the time. Yeah, especially I've seen people making tutorial videos, and it's just so fake and rehearsed. So when you constrain proportions, you'll notice this changes from, say, if I do 60, height of 85, but I want actually a width of 85, height 120. I think should be fine. I think that's what I actually used for this one here. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and save that. You want to make sure whatever you name it, it's fine. You have to save it as a PNG though, not a JPEG, because a JPEG does not save the transparency. You notice that takes on the checkerboard appearance to show you, I guess, that's transparent. So, just save that wherever. I'm not actually going to save it because I've done this like 3 times. The first time I made this video, I had both of my screens on, and it looked completely crappy because it made the entire screen very tiny and everything was blurred. So, say we save that, and then I just went into my WordPress theme. I'm using the Vantage theme for abqoilchange.com, and under my all-in-one, I'm using the all-in-one Favicon plugin that I just downloaded, and just you can go ahead and upload it, grab it from wherever it is, wherever you have it at, and then just save it. I like to save it on the front end and the back end, and voila, it will instantly refresh and show up here. Now, what I was saying in my previous video was why I stress on actually when I make a file save, I will also put oil change logo or something 85 by 120, because I end up having like a couple hundred icons just with completely different image sizes, canvas sizes, and it really depends on what medium or platform or what social platform you're using it for. I think that's actually going to be my next video. I've learned a lot from having to make extremely large YouTube banners, basically, and then really tiny Twitter ones. The Facebook ones are kind of jacked up, and it's just every social platform you use is just completely whack sizes. And if you try to use an all-in-one or one-size-fits-all approach, your stuff's just going to look like garbage. It's going to look like you spent no time on your icons and you just don't care, which I hope is not the case because you're watching a video like this. So any questions or comments, likes or dislikes, go ahead and tear my video apart. Tell me how much you hate it. If you like it, tell me you like it. If you want to subscribe, I'm going to be making future videos and stuff like that. So have fun, do what you want, and thanks for watching, guys.